Eternal Cyclic Journey of Souls through three worlds. This is part 3 of the 5-part series, using 9 laws of world drama of souls. It is all validated, proved using laws of physics, and this is law of metaphysics. We have already seen the overview with all the 9 laws and how it culminates into a journey, part 1. We also seen that drama is linear using quantum physics and theory of relativity, which is laws 1 to 5, that both actors are shown in the timeline and they are there. We do not know about the quality of the journey, and that is what we are going to see in this part 3 of the part 5 is quality of the journey is naturally is going to be sato to tamo, means it is going to be downhill or downgrade. That is law 6, and that law 6 is divided into part A and part B that we shall see. See what we have already seen this part 1, 9 laws. There are 3 macro laws. One of the macro laws, the drama is line, where quality is constant. And drama is predefined script linear, and it is written in soul, which controls, script controls the Purush, which in turn controls the Prakriti, and this is applicable to whole cycle, or we can call it a kalp. So drama is line where Purush script controls the Prakriti, which are the 2 actors, and we do not know about the quality or what is the slope, which is related to the inclination related to the y-axis, and that thing is which we are going to clarify on this, that we are going to talk about. The drama is going to be sato to tamo. So that is by this black line, and it is going with both actors, with A1 and A2 in quality, both actors are going to become sato and tamo. Here we talk about one actor because we already know that this actor 1 controls actor 2. So this is sato, this is all green, this is a black, that is the tamo. And this drama is divided into 2 parts. 6A is a red line and 6B is a black line. So 6A is a ideal scenario and 6B is a real scenario. The ideal scenario is linear, and this is this is linear with higher slope, but it could be exponential also, that we shall see. And actually, this is like this. The red line is something like this. Red line is something like this. And then the black line is going to be a bit exponential with respect to the time, and it may, tends to infinity. So this is the y-axis. So we are going to talk about this y-axis. This is the quality. And this is the time axis. So this is how it is going to look like that. And we know that there is going to be a cyclic, and then there will be, this is Sato to Tamo, so there has to be Tamo to Sato, and then total journey and all that we shall see. In part 4, we are going to see about the cyclic journey and how it is going to become Tamo to Sato, whether it's a drama is cycle. And then the last part, we are going to actually see the cyclic journey. Now, these are the concepts of laws of thermodynamics. There are actually 3 laws, and that deal with, of course, laws of thermodynamics will deal with quality of matter or energy, or we can say that you deal with prakriti. So what we are going to prove using these laws of thermodynamics is prakriti normally by default becomes from naya to purana, means old, new to old, or in a philosophical or spiritual term will become sato to tamo, and there will be two cycles. One is a red cycle, as ideal cycle, where it is going to become sato to tamo, but then there is only one arrow, so that downhill path is controllable, and actually the real part, which we are experiencing now, the downward phase is almost exponential. So that is what we are going to see. The important, these are the laws. This is the cycle. This is the process. Now, uh, let me now first explain what is the difference between cycle and process. Then we shall see further. Let me now go to the blank screen. Use the ink tool, that is fine. That is okay. See the process, this is a process, and this is a process 1, 2, and 3 makes the cycle. And when it is a cycle, it will always come to this particular point. So this is a process and this is the cycle. Now, this can be any two things. And then another concept is going to be a cyclic integration. Means when the cyclic integration is 0, what it means is that suppose this coordinate is say 1, 1. And then this is some other coordinate. This is when I travel from here to here, and so this distance is 3. So this is 1 plus 3. Then I travel here, so this will be -1. And again I travel here, it will be -2. So if I travel as x-axis, so I will go +3, then I will go x-axis, it will be a -1. Then again, this will be -2. So again, I will come back to this point. So this kind of thing is called as a 0. So this cyclic integration of this particular path on x-axis will become 0. So it will come back to the same point. Because it comes back to the same point. So these are this I can call it this axis. This is a point function. This is I can call it as a point function. And if when cyclicity is not equal to 0, then we call it as a path function. And then in the path function, the area between the 2 points. So this area can be different. Now this area and this area is totally different. So here area between the two paths are totally different. But here if it is a point function, then we know that this will remain, value between these 2 points will always remain the same. So that is called as a point function. That means it is always deterministic. It is always deterministic, and it is always in balance, and we can always plot it using the coordinates. So we call those things are as called as we are calling them as a state functions. So in thermodynamics, we can see that the pressure, volume, temperature, entropy, etc. are state functions, and work and heat, they are the path functions. So these, they don't follow this particular thing. They only follow the path functions don't follow this. They only follow the area part of the things. So these are the some of the concepts I would like to highlight. We shall see the other concepts. Let me erase all, and let me go back to this. So let's see that this is the first law of thermodynamics is nothing but the law of conservation of energy, where this is the cyclic equation, dq is dw, and this is the process equation. We'll not go into the detail of that. What it says that it is an ideal scenario, so that from heat energy you can go to the work energy and vice versa. It is a kind of a reversible thing. Then we are going to talk about Kelvin Planck. So Kelvin Planck is, this is the second, this is the first law of thermodynamics, idealistic law. Actually, in real world, second law of thermodynamics works, which shows that efficiency can never be one. Normally, when we convert from high grade to low grade things, here efficiency will always be one as far as first law of thermodynamics is concerned. In second law of thermodynamics, there is always going to be some energy transfer. We are going to take example of heat engine. The sink has to be must for any heat engine. And what it really implies is, let me now explain that. What it implies is that, so this is going to be source, this is going to be the sink, and so some energy, this is the system, and so there is a system, and then there is environment. Okay, so system plus environment, that makes it the cycle. So this is the system which this whole thing is called as heat engine. So here source is there is also going to be the sink, and then there is a work is done. So what happens that QH, the source is equal to work done plus Q cold or Q low. So this is sink, so low temperature. This is the high temperature. This is the low temperature. So what it really boils down to is, as per the Kelvin Planck, that you cannot have a system where 100% QH becomes W, which is what the law of thermodynamics one is there, and then efficiency will be 100%. There is always going to be some loss, which we can call it the exhaust. Some loss. There is going to be some. Okay, sorry. There is going to be some loss, so that will be, there will be all, this is a source, this is a sink, so there is Q, right, is there will be some loss, which is QL, so that the efficiency means QH, whole QF cannot be converted to QH, so QH, some part will go to the work, and some part is going to be QL. So this is what is, we see that is exhaust is mandatory, and because of that, efficiency is always going to be one, and that is one of the reasons where we have seen that in heat engine, the efficiency is always going to be, will keep on reducing. So that is the reason why efficiency cannot be 100%. And this efficiency, we will see, is this efficiency depends on the external environment as well as internal environment. And that external environment is these external temperature, TH and TL, and that efficiency in ideal situation is 1 minus TL divided by TH. So this is the efficiency, and this efficiency, and this, we know that this efficiency cannot become 1. It can become 1 only if TL is 0. So this is TL 0. TL can never become absolute 0. And that is the third law of thermodynamics, which we are not going to use much. So this is absolute. TL cannot be exact. So efficiency anyway can never become 1. It will always be less than 1. And as far as first law of thermodynamics, efficiency could have been 1 also. So let me clean out this as well. So we have seen Kelvin Planck statement. Now we are going to here there are We already said the ideal thing. Ideal thing is called as the reversible, where it is a bidirectional things, and irreversible means unidirectional, which is a spontaneous, and where we have seen that this efficiency in all it only become it also belongs only in external environment or external temperature, and this is a theoretically Carnot cycle. This is the efficiency has already been derived. Now irreversible things, which is a real thing, which works on the Clausius inequality. Now here in reversible thing, this is very important. I'll look into it. This is very important that this is Clausius inequality means this is equality dq by t is equal to 0, and here irreversible thing, this is going to be less than 0. This is the difference between the ideal cycle and the real cycle, which we have seen that ideal cycle is this particular path where it is a linear one, and the real thing is a downward growth is exponential. So that is the difference which I am going to explain. And also I am going to explain what is the definition of entropy. This is this is the cycle part, and this is the process part of it. Let me explain that. Okay, the key was that dqt is 0, and then ukt is equal to less than 0. This is the major thing. So here, what it really means is, this is the heat engine we have seen. This is input, this is exhaust, and this is work, which is input, exhaust, and this is work. When dq2 is 0, means Clausius equality means here the rate of this input and rate of output is 0. So this rate are always balanced. So the rate of this from source to this system and from system to sink, these rates are always balanced. And because these rates are balanced, of course, efficiency is less than 1, but everything is kind of a deterministic. Everything is kind of deterministic. Here, if we draw the T2S diagram, that we will show you about this T2A diagram. So it will always complete the cycle. Here dqt is 0. So as I said that this is entropy. This dqt 0 when this is, so entropy definition of unit of measurement of entropy is always Q divided by temperature. So when dqt by 0, this entropy can be plotted here, and so this is how it is plotted, and then it is everything is in balance, and this can be put on, it is a deterministic. And here the efficiency always mainly depend on this low temperature. So as soon as the temperature, when you keep on working, the temperature of the environment, we say, will keep on increasing. So when this temperature increases, the efficiency will keep on reducing, because efficiency is 1 minus TL by TC. So if TL increases, efficiency will keep on decreasing. But then so this efficiency is always depending on the external environment. So that is what is the dqt by 0. What is dqt by less than 0 is that when you keep on working, here we are assuming in ideal scenario. Why it is ideal scenario? So let us assume that normally when any machine works, then in course of time, it always generates kind of a friction or some non-linear things, which is internal to the system. But let us assume that this system, we would to avoid also, there is always some kind of a lubrication layer is already applied. Because this lubrication layer is already applied, so the internal things doesn't affect the performance. So here, so this keep on working till this lubrication layer is peeled off, and afterwards the friction is encountered. Once friction is encountered, the internal non-linearity is encountered. And because of that, there is this is the extra thing, which is also kind of a generated. This extra thing you see, because as I said, as far as this is current, so this is plus and minus. This we say that this was both rates were balanced. Now, because of this friction, this is additional thing. which we call it, uh, we'll define this because it is a rate. So we define this as, so this is dqh by th, and this is dqc by tc. So these two rates are different. So these are the transfer of entropy. We can call it the transfer of entropy, and this we call it as a generation of entropy. So this is the generation of entropy. This is always extra. So this is, if you define this as a plus, this is minus, and this is extra minus. So because there are extra minus, so this dqt means overall, if you do the cyclic integration of these rates, then this overall it is going to be zero. Or if you put it in a process way, so process way is ds is dq by t plus ds generation. Here, here it is ds is equal to dq by t. So this is always, so here ds is equal to dq by 2. So here this process is only, uh, this is dq by t. So so here this process is always controlled. Here what happens is this is the total definition of entropy. So this is the total entropy. This is the, you can call it as a transfer entropy, means it is deals with systems and surrounding. And this is the entropy generated by the system. And because of this, the behavior becomes a non-linear, and because now it is non-linear, there is no point function, it is a path function. So it cannot be plotted on the graph. So this kind of a diagram, I cannot plot it here. So that is the difference. And because of that, see, because of this is the internal things. Here it is only external things. So efficiency, which is a function of external and internal. So this efficiency will keep on reducing much more than in the ideal scenario. So this is a linear and this is a non-linear cycle. So this we have explained dq by t0, dq, we have explained these two processes also. And all these things will keep on going. And then all these things we are going to, this is we are going to explain it for the Prakruti. So this is what we are going to explain. All these laws are applicable for these Prakrutis. But then we are going to reverse map from Prakriti to Purush. When we go into the, we are going to see from how, from thermodynamics entropy, we'll go to the statistical entropy, and from statistical entropy, how we are going to go for the information entropy. So, you know, the information is some kind of a processing. It will definitely correlate with the soul or Purush that we are also going to see. Now, now we'll see the real laws. So these 5 laws, which we have already seen in first part, uh, this is about quantum physics. So what the first part says that it is only talk about the time, and we can say this actor A1 and A2. They are, you know, is A1 actually, actor A1 is controlling the actor A2, and we never know about the quality. So this is the quality axis, but now we know that that quality is going down. So these are the 5 laws which we already seen. Now we are going to talk about how these actors are going to interact, and how, and as we say that these actors are, you know, one actor is controlling another actor, A1 is controlling another actor, so that that quality we can plot it in the same axis, and that is what we are going to see. So this is the quality. So this actor A1 and A2, this quality is going go down. So we are going to, in a philosophical spiritual term, we call it is going from sato to tamo, or we can say that from new to old. And then, so what we are going to see, this quality is going to Sattva Tamu. It will go out towards the infinity as far as time is concerned. And then we are going to see the 2 cycle, ideal and real. Ideal means with lubrication layer is applied. Real means actual with friction. And then this we are going to see for the Prakriti, and then we are going to plot it for the Purush. So they will map it for the Purush. So let us see how we are going to do that. So here we are going to talk about the quality of the Prakriti, the one of the actors, and then we later on map to the another actor, which is called Purush. So this Prakriti we are going to use heat engine. You will see that. Now what we are going to see that is, so as far as thermodynamics, law of thermodynamics, we have already seen. So which is ideal law, and because it is ideal, so efficiency is one, or we can say that efficiency is 100%. Because efficiency 100%, we know that the conservation of energy means quantity is constant, means energy will always cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, it will always remain constant. And because it is a reversible process, as we say that from Q can go to the W and W will go to the Q, you can always transfer. So quality is also constant. So there is no, the quantity is constant, quality is constant. All processes are reversible, but actually it never happens. So quantity is constant, but quality is never constant. So what is the reality? See, by default, we can say that what is the reality? Reality is that all the processes are irreversible. All the processes are irreversible. They are not naturally reversible. I mean, spontaneously what happen in automatic mode, anything we can see in real things, the hot things become cold automatically if no external energy is applied like air condition and all that. Anything which is compressed will become expand. So you can say things are going toward the randomness. Then we know that in automobile, if we can convert milk to curd, but curd cannot be converted into milk. So anything, any room you keep it as it is, then it will from tidy, it will always become untidy. So from order to disorder. Then anything from new to old. So this is what we see it. But what second law of thermodynamics talks about the direction of the process flow. So what is the direction of the process flow? So this is the time. This is the time, and this is any process. And this is the quality of this is the what y-axis is the quality, x-axis is the time. So as time passes, the process says that if as time passes, process says that quality is degrading. We don't know how it is degrading, what is the slope of this line, whether it is a line, whether it is exponential curve, which we do not know. But that because quality is not constant. So, and that we have seen because these are irreversible things. So quality is not constant. So we have shown with respect to time, we have shown this graph. And because quality is not constant, and that is why there is a one feature that because quality is not constant, and that's why entropy is increasing, then we will see that efficiency reducing. So in y-axis, we can either draw efficiency or entropy. So that is in science terms, when we say new to old, or we say quality is going, then we will explain what is the scientific meaning of that. Scientific meaning of this efficiency is reducing, or we can say that entropy is increasing. That we will explain you, and then whatever is happening is that is a function of external things as well as internal things. So for external things is a linear thing. So this part is about external thing, and then that is a non-linear thing. What external things are only external things is when it is in under effect of lubrication, and once that lubrication layer peels off, then the real things come, the real friction starts, and then the behavior is like this. So we are going to see this behavior of the ideal thing, and we are going to see the behavior of the real things, and then that this behavior is bifurcated by this line. So this we are going to see. So now let us see that what is actually entropy. See, suppose we assume that quality remains the constant. Let us assume that when I make here I have started making milk, and after some time it has become curd. Now, if I want to transfer from curd to milk, only way to do that is go back in time. But physics says that time cannot go back. So you can never go back in the time. And the same thing, as far as physics is concerned, if time cannot go back, so what we have seen is here, we are seeing when we are plotting this, we are always saying that entropy, time is going up. Here, entropy is also going up in negative direction, but entropy is always increasing. Time is always increasing. So either time has to go back or entropy has to go back, reduce. Then and then quality can become constant, so that this milk, suppose this is a milk and this is curd, so I can either go back to the time or I have to go back here. I have to, from y-axis I have to come back here, or y-axis I have to come back here, and x-axis I have to go back here. So that is not possible as far as physics or law of thermodynamics is concerned. It is called law of entropy. Actually, law of entropy means that entropy always increases. What it means in layman's term is the quality is always reducing, and that quality means everything is going to become from new to old, or it is going to become order to disorder. And this law of entropy is even more fundamental than conservation of the energy, where we are saying that quantity is the constant. So as far as Prakriti is concerned, even if quantity is constant, but quality is always going down. And that we'll see, because of we can see the pollution and all that. We can see that this is the fundamental second law of thermodynamics. Let me clear this. Okay. Now, let us go into the detail of this. So I was talking about the heat engine. So this, all these things which we are Prakriti, quality of the Prakriti, how it is downgraded, we I am going to explain using the example of the heat engine. So this is the heat engine. What heat engine does is that it converts heat energy. Q is a heat energy and W is a work energy. So this is a heat energy and the work is a mechanical engine. We all know the engine which we use in any two-wheeler or four-wheelers. So how this engine works? So the engine works in the four cycle. One is the input when you press the starter button. So let us say there is a starter button. So when we press the starter button, so this is petrol, it is ignited. So this petrol is ignited. So that heat energy is given into this volume. So this is the heat energy is given. Now when as soon as the heat energy is given, in first cycle, let us say heat energy is given. So once the heat energy, there is enough heat energy, then we start getting the work. So this piston, this is a piston and this is cylinder. So heat engine is given. So once the heat engine, there is enough heat is there. So this is the cycle where heat energy is given. Once this enough heat is available, there is enough power, then this heat energy, the sort of expansion, it will give you the work. So this thing will push this forward. So the force is also in direction, distance is this way, the work is positive. So this is what we can say, that heat energy is converted into the work. So this heat energy is converted into work. So this, there will be crankshaft, etc. So this linear motion is converted into a circular motion, some kind of a flywheel. So heat energy is converted into work. After, so what will happen when the stroke, heat energy converted into, so from here it has gone here. So now whatever work is to be given has already been given. So now the, this has become a bit cold. So whatever the extra energy, this will be exhausted. So this is Q out. So there was a Q in was here, work was done, and then exhaust. So that there will be Q out. So this will be minus Q out. So this will be exhausted. That means heat is coming out from the system. So this is what is exhausted, and this is as far as Kelvin plus is concerned, this is mandatory. So things will be exhausted. Now what will happen, that whatever work done is done on this flywheel. So this is inertia, it is stored, and then it will again, it will rotate fully. So once it rotates fully, this piston will again from here, it will come back here. So here it will be work is done, is given to the system. So external work is given back to system. So this is work is minus. So why work is minus? So because the force is in this direction, because this forces and this is compressed. So this is work is minus. And this is how this cycle. So these are all processes. These are the, see, we can say these are the four processes, but this four processes makes it cycle. If it is ideal cycle, it will, keep on doing it also. This is the fundamental of heat engine. Uh, Now let me, sorry. Uh, so these four cycles can be represented by the PV diagram, or it also can represented by T and DS diagram. So work is cycling into a PdV. This is the work done. And these are the four cycle, and Q is equal to TdS. So this is DS is what we have seen is entropy. So these are the formulas. We are not going to derive on this formula. What is going to tell you is that these are the, like the engine, as I said, these are four cycles. These one, two, three, four. These four cycles either can be plotted by PV and it can be plotted by TNS. We are going to use TNS diagram because ours is the law of entropy. So we would like to understand more of the law of entropy. What we have also understood in ideal scenario, we have seen that dq by T is zero. So what is the dq by T is equal to zero? So this is what it is. So that means, and that dq by T, which is zero, that dq by I is almost like this is unit of the entropy. So we can say that Q is equal to TdS. So this is how the heat is derived, and this is the entropy, this is the temperature, and this is heat is also power, work is also power. The area of this curve is the effective work, means work out minus work out, and area under this curve is the effective heat, means what is effective heat is? Effective heat is that QH. This is the total QH and area under this curve, because this is, as I said, this is a path function. So area under this curve is a QH and this area is QC. So this is QH is this red one, and then QC is right. So QH minus QC is the effective work, and same way this is the effective work and this is the effective heat. And then as we already know that efficiency. So now, uh, so this is, so all this we are going to explain you using the heat engine. The concept of the heat engine has been explained. Concept of work is explained, concept of heat is explained, and we know that we will see this. What is efficiency? Efficiency is that we are giving some heat and we are taking some out, and something is already lost. So this efficiency is W divided by Q. So what is work done and what is heat Q in? So it is a Q in is divided, a W out divided by Q in is going to be efficiency. So this is the concept, and this is in the ideal scenario. We have already seen what is going to be the efficiency. Now let me, so we have seen the heat engine. Now we are going to see the difference between with ideal cycle, which let us say that there is already pre-lubricated cycle, which we are going to see. It is, we are going to denote by some kind of a script. So this is a script S, soul conscious script. This is a real cycle, means normal with a friction, and this is going to be script B. So let us differentiate the two cycles. See, ideal is depicted here and real thing is depicted here. Already we have seen that this is the linear thing. So this is the linear thing. This is the non-linear thing, and it is can be exponential. So this is the non-linear part. So this part is ideal part. This part is the real part. Here it works on dq by t, so everything is balanced. Here it is dq2 is less than 0. Why that is happening? We are already saying because of this internal problem, or we can say the entropy is generated. Here, this and this is balanced, so this is always zero. This is the rate. It is not actually heat. Here, this and this is balanced. This is extra, so that is why this is already zero. And because this is a balance, and that is why, because it is the line integral is zero, and that is why this can be plotted as a x coordinate. So it is plotted as x coordinate. So this is a balance. That is why it is plotted in x. In ideal way, only you can plot it as x coordinate. In real things, you cannot do that. And that is why it is a balance. So it is deterministic, and that's why it can be plotted. So that is the entropy. This is the definition of entropy we have already seen, and this is a point function. And then here in this word, it is going to be non-determined, so which we are going to see why it is non-deterministic, because it is non-deterministic. Still, I have tried to plot it by this curve, which I will explain you later. So this is the non-deterministic piece. Here, the efficiency is always depend on these two external parameters. Here, efficiency means external parameters. Efficiency is always depends on only amount of dql, and which depends on the source temperature and sink temperature. But here the efficiency not only depends on the external things, it also depends on the internal nonlinear things. And this is what is a ds. It is always depends on the internal nonlinear things. And as I said, that efficiency is work done divided by the heat engine approved. And we have already seen efficiency is equal to 1 minus Tc by Th. Ultimately, now let me elaborate this further. Now let us understand the external and internal things. So this, up to this part of the cycle, everything is depends on the external things. So this part of the cycle depends on the external things, and this part of the cycle depends on the external plus internal things. The external things means it only depends on the outside environment. So it depends on the surrounding, and that surrounding is controlled by this uh, temperature of the when you give the petrol is sparked, that heat whatever generated is this, and then this is the environment where we give the exhaust thing. And we already seen that because of that, because QL can never be zero, and that is what is the experiment Calvin Planck. So there is the efficiency less than one, and that formula of efficiency given 1 minus TL by TH. So in linear thing, what happens? This efficiency is always controlled linearly. Means this is the diagram of S and T, and this we have seen that this is the heat, and this is low temperature, high temperature, and low temperature. When we keep on running the cycle, what might happen is that because of that, this temperature, it will be another black line. So instead of TL, it will TL, it will become TL dash, and because TL dash, so because of that, the efficiency always reduces, because as we know, the efficiency is equal to 1 minus, here say 1 minus TL by TH. And because if TL increases, because TL is increasing, here I have seen that another dotted black lines, because TL is increasing, efficiency will come down. But this efficiency is controlled only by the external environment, and it is deterministic, because as we say that dQt is equal to 0. So only an environment changes. So what it really means, environment changes means this is my initial environment. This is TC. So when environment deteriorates, then it will become TC1, then it will become TC2. So and gradually we can say that efficiency will keep on reducing. But then it is a control, because even if the environment control, this curve will remain as it is. So here this curve, then later on it will become this curve, then later on it will become this curve. So this point will always be balanced, it will be determined. So this is the linear part of this. We can see the linear part, efficiency is reducing, but it is under control. Now what happens in the non-linear part? We cannot See, non-linear path, as we say, dqt is less than zero, and that is why, because there is a non-linearity of the system because of the friction and other non-linearity. So it is generating. So this particular thing we are going to call it as a DSG, or this is called as the entropy generated because of the friction. Now this entropy which is generated. So what is going to happen is that here normally work is done. So this is input, this is output, work is done. Because of this, this extra, this is because, let us define this as an entropy. Why it is defined as entropy? Because this flow was, we call it, this flow was dqh by th, and this flow was due qc divided by tc. So this q by t, and q divided by t is a definition of, this is unit of entropy, and that is why internal entropy generated is dsg. Now this is extra thing which is generated, and because this is extra thing which is generated, and because not in balance, so this is not cyclically, they are not in balance. So this is the additional thing, and it will go into the temperature and it is destroyed forever. So this is destroyed for error, and as we know, said the heat is always entropy multiplied by temperature. So this DSG is goes into the atmosphere. The atmosphere temperature is TL. So this DSG into TL, this is what is a energy destructed. So this is destructed, and this is destructed forever, because it is so this work done. This energy is always destructed forever, and because of this a non-linear thing, gradually we will see this work will going to tends to become zero, and efficiency is also going to tends to become zero, because efficiency is work divided by QL, and then efficiency will become zero. And this is what we call it as going to be a kind of a thermal breakdown. Now let us understand graphically how this is happening. So So now this is a red see, because as I told you that because it is a non-linear thing, I can not draw, entropy cannot be drawn on a coordinate system, but still I am trying to explain what is going to happen is that because of this entropy, this I have shown this red diagram. So red diagram is actually, red is actually, it is superimposed on this ideal thing. So what I have done is that uh, I have drawn this red diagram here, and I have drawn one red diagram. What we have seen that this small diagram, so this is the work lost. As I already told you that this area under this represent the work. So this small diagram, this is what is the work is lost, and this work lost, as I already shown you that this work lost is energy is that DSG multiplied by TL. So this is the entropy. So this I have tried to plot an entropy. So this is the entropy lost. As I told you, this is lost forever because of this kind of work. Because whatever I was doing the work, and the same some work is lost. So this area is lost, and this area is what is DSGTL, or what this area. So this work is already lost. So because of this non-linear thing. So what I have shown you that black thing, this DS was from point A to B was DS. Because of this extra entropy is lost. So this DS in this environment, it is the dq by t plus dsg. So this is extra is dsg2 is this side, and then the dsg2 by 2 is this side. So you can see that this change of entropy, this is ideal. This is because of the transfer, and this is because of the internal thing. This is the internal thing, this is the ideal thing. So this ds is higher. So this is what is, this cannot be shown in graphical, but I try to explain it. What I am trying to show is that this kind of work, every cycle, some this kind of the work, which is the area is equal, is always lost, because this is going to lost, and then this W going to be, this non-linear is going to become zero, and then this efficiency is going to become zero. So And ultimately, the rate of source is this, rate of sink is this. Because of this, rate of the sink is going down. And that's why it can happen that TH and TC it may become equal, N becomes 0, and this can become infinity. So what is the thing here? Here the usability is here only QL, DQL is lost. Here what is lost is DQL plus DS into TL, and this DS is non-linear. So and this particular part is destroyed permanently, and that is why here work done this kind of a thing, efficiency is linearly, it is going down because of external environment, and here it is external plus environment, it is going down, and it may as time progresses, because this DL again, it keeps on accumulating here because friction is going to increase and increase if nothing external is applied, because there is no lubrication, and this is how this will go downgrade path or downhill path is more pronounced. Uh, uh, so main concepts are clear now that this correlation between this, the rate thing, because of the internal thing, that also is, so we have seen that efficiency will go down much with non-linear way because of this delta. So this area and this area, because of that, the efficiency will go down, and then it will be a downward path of the, here efficiency will go down, but here efficiency will go down because of this non-linear thing, and this is all because of the entropy generated. So this concept is clear. Now let us take the overview, because which we are going to see the journey from this particular part or from this lubricant part to the real part. So what would be the journey? So this graph is, this is the time, this is the quality, and now this portion dqt is 0 ideal. This is non-ideal because of the entropy. Here I've assumed that there is a lubrication layer, so there is a lubrication layer is applied. As the time goes, the layer thins off. Here the layer will become almost 0, and then friction will start. The friction is, I have included by black layer. So this is smaller black layer, and this is the higher black layer. What also I have shown is that initially environment is very ideal. So T high is here, T low is here. Gradually, what would happen is that TC will keep on increasing. So this TC is going to keep on increasing, and that's why externally also efficiency will go down, and also potential of this T high will also keep on decreasing. So so this way also the efficiency will go down because of the TH coming down. Efficiency will go down because TC is going down. So this is because of the external environment. Internal environment is that after this cycle, because this DSG, because of the friction, DSG non-linearity increases, friction increases, the DSG will increase. So because DSG is less, here this, and this is the DSG is higher, so this is the higher things. So this is the ideal scenario. This is the real scenario. This only depends on the external things. Here it depends on external and internal things, means internal friction. Because of this, I can draw the graph, because this function is 0, so everything is deterministic, because efficiency is linearly affected by this particular temperature or this particular temperature. Here I try to draw the part. So this is because of this entropy, this area and this is permanently destroyed, and because of that non-linear function plus linear, this efficiency is going down. As I said, this is ds is dq by t, and here I have hypothetically try to plot the ds is, this is dq by t, which is ideal thing, plus this is dsg. So this dsg 2 by 2, this is dsg by 2 by 2. So this ds, so increase of the entropy is much more than what it was here. So ultimately, what we are going to see, the quality of the Prakriti is going down based on how the journey from the ideal to journey from the uh, real thing, which we have seen. So this journey is that this is when lubrication layer is applied. So lubrication layer thins up and then the friction layer is applied. So this is the ideal cycle. This is a real cycle, and this is what we have explained as a work. So this is the journey of Prakriti, explained using the heat engine as the time goes by from ideal way to the real way. This is how it happens, and this is the second law of entropy, and which I already told you, it is more universal than even the law of conservation. Now let us so here, generic sixth law means quality is reduced with respect to time. So we have seen Prakriti cycle from ideal to real. Okay, and now, now we are going to plot from Prakriti, how we will derive from Prakriti Purush, because science is always about five elements. Actually, we know that Purush controls the Prakriti, but as far as we are constrained by the science, so from we are trying to use science or even same law of entropy, we are trying to extrapolate and then try to see that how this quality of the Prakriti, the way it is behaving, why Purush also has to behave similar way. So this is what we are going to see. Now let me clean this also. So this we are going to see. Okay. Now we are going to extrapolate the law of entropy so that, see, so that it is applicable to Purush also. Actually, we know that Purush controls the Prakriti, and that is what actually Purush script controls the Prakriti. This we have already seen in quantum physics, and this is actually true. If if we take this hypothesis, then we can always assume that because Purush controls the Prakriti, Prakriti is going downhill, so Purush must be going to have to go downhill. But what we are interested is that we would like to see what are the units. See, Prakriti, we know that what is the unit of y-axis, x-axis is time. What is the unit of y-axis? In Prakriti, we can say it is efficiency or maybe it is entropy. Okay, so that we will further discuss. But let us see that what is that unit as far as Purush is concerned, because we know that Purush and Prakriti that behave identical, or actually Purush controls the Prakriti. So let us try to derive that using thermodynamics. So we are going to using the thermodynamics, actually second law of thermodynamics. We are trying to map this behavior of the Prakriti, which you have already seen, into how it behaves for the Purush. Uh, see, so 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 we know that quality or efficiency. The efficiency we already seen that is actually unit of going down. So unit of the y-axis. So that is going down. So we know that Prakriti. We have taken Prakriti's heat engine. Now what we are going to see that ds, we have seen the change in entropy. So there is a, we have seen the entropy generated, and we have seen those equations, change in entropy, which is dq by t plus ds gen. So this is we have already seen thermodynamics. That we are going to use by statistics. We are going to derive statistical entropy with independent entropy. Then we are going to generate information entropy, and then from that we are going to derive for the Purush, the non-deterministic part of the thing. So this is how we are going to derive. So we know that thermodynamic entropy. So we know that this entropy is always increasing. So ds is greater than zero because we know that entropy is always going to be increasing. It can be either greater than or equal to zero. We also know what does it mean entropy is zero. So as far as process is concerned, in cycle we have already seen as far as process is concerned, if I am going from point A to point B, it is obvious that because if, this ds, this is the ds, and if it is going to be increased, then this si and sf, so sf has to be greater than si, then and then ds will be greater than zero. How we are going to derive? We are going to derive this, means we are from ds, we are going to derive absolute s using permutation and combination, or we can say using the statistics. uh, the concept will be that we are going to derive that entropy is, it is already derived as S, absolute entropy, not ds, but actually S, is entropy of a specific macro state. I am going to explain what is a macro state. The entropy of particular thing we will talk about, it is like a probability. So what is the probability that from this stage it will go to this stage and it will not go to the this stage? So that determines the entropy. So A and B. So whether it will go from A to B or A to C depends on the entropy of A, B, and C. So if B entropy is more than A, then it will go from A to B. And if C is less than A, then it C from C it will go to A, not from A to C. So this we are going to explain by the probability or statistics. So it depends on the microstate. So entropy we are going to define based on the number of microstate for specific macrostate. So macrostate is something which a thermodynamics can understand. So whatever I can derive, for PV diagram. So these are all points on this diagram are the macrostate, but how it actually happens, so that is a microstate. So we have to go into the detail for every macrostate, every point in this XY diagram. We have to find out what is a microstate, and it is very obvious that more number of microstate, the higher the probability and higher the probability of that process to happen. This let me clear up this. So this I am going to explain by taking example of the four balls to be arranged in two boxes. Why boxes? Because I am going to use binary system. So binary is only 1 and 0. And because of that, these four balls to be arranged, the total permutations, we can say that that is a microstate, is 2 raised to 4 is 16. So which is very obvious. So what I have done is that this binary thing. So 1 and 0, I have arranged. I have taken the four balls. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 balls. So all zeros and ones, 1 and 0. So you can see that if it is the fourth, we everybody knows that 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this is a four combination, the 2 raised to 2. Okay, because it's two digits. So 2 raised to 3 will be 8 and 2 raised to 4 will be 16. So here I have taken all the 16 combination of this four balls. So 0, 0 to 1 to 1. So you can see this is the 16 combination. So total, sorry, 16 permutation. So these are the 16 permutation. And this, what are these combination of the arrangement? So these four balls, I mean, it is very obvious. These four balls can be arranged uh, in the combination. So what is the possibility of how these four balls can be arranged? There are only five possibilities. So if there are two boxes, so let us say these are the two boxes. And these four balls can be either arranged 0 to 4, means here no ball, four balls, 4 to 0, one ball here, three ball here, three ball here, one ball here, 2, 2. So this is the only five possible things are possible. This is how this ball. So this is called as, this kind of thing is called as combination, and this kind of thing is called as the permutation. So, and then we are going to find out from this diagram, we are going to, what is the microstate? So this is the macrostate. So what is the microstate of A? So A has only one combination, 0, 0, and 4. So we will say that there is only one combination. We will see that B has only, A and B has one, there is only one permutation. C has a 4 permutation, D has a 4 permutation, and E has a 6 permutation. It is the number of possible microstate. And this is how, based on that, we have defined what is the entropy of the microstate. So that is how we have defined. We will elaborate this. Uh, so this is the 5 microstate which we have already seen. Now, now as I said that these are the total combination is 60. Now let us understand the why only one microstate for A, because A is 0 to 4. So this is 4 zeros are only there. No, this is only 4 zeros, and then there are only 4 ones. So A and B, this is only one particular combination. Now let us say 1 and 3. So where there is 1, 1 and 3 zeros. So which is the combination where there is 1, 1. So this is the combination 1, 1 and 3, 0. So this is one. Then this is all brown color. This is another combination. This is another combination. This is another combination. So there are 4 combinations. So this macrostate has a 4 combination. So, same thing is D. D is light brown. So this also has a this combination. These are the things with 3 ones and 1 zeros, 3 ones and 1 zero. So these are the 4 combination. And the last one is E, 2 and 2. So this is uh, this is all light brown. So this is so this is the green color. So green color is 2 ones and 2 zeros. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 6 combinations. So this E has this 6 combination. Now, using the theory of statistics and theory of probability, uh, probability of the number of microstates. So this entropy of the combination was found out that it is proportional to logarithm of the microstates. So this is logarithm of the microstates. So we have seen this here for this microstate is 1, here 1, this is 4, 4 and 6, and divided by total permutation, so which we already seen, divided by 16. And this, there was, this thing, it was found out by Boltzmann constant. There is some constant of proportionality called the Boltzmann constant. So this is how the entropy of A, B, C, D has been found out. So this is 1 by 16, 4 by 16, and 6 by 16. And it is very obvious that entropy of the E. So macrostate E has most microstates. So this macrostate where 2 balls here and 2 balls here is the maximum microstate, is the maximum microstate. So it is always, it will be always, this is the maximum microstate with highest entropy. So S depends on the microstate or per microstate. So this is the highest entropy. So it is very obvious that from D, means from 3 to 1, it will go to 2 to 2 and it will not go to. So what we have tried to explain is that this is a D state. How D state is decided? So D state is what macro state is, that 3 balls here and 1 ball is here. So this is the D state. Now what could be, what is the 4, 0? 4, 0 is a B state. So this is a B state. And then another state is 2, 2. So this 2, 2 is a E state. So now what is the probability that this will become 3, 1, will become 4, 0, or it will become 2, 2, 2. So whether it will become A, B, C, D, or it will become A, B, C, D, and this is blank. So, so what is the entropy of this? Entropy of D is 4 by 16. So this entropy is 4 by 16. Here, this entropy is 6 by 16, and this entropy is P is 1 by 16. So it will always go to higher entropy. So 4 by 16, it will go to 6 by 16, it will not go 1. And it is, obvious. We will see that why this will happen. We will see by the theory of probability also, it is proved that it will always go from here to here. It can never go from here to here. That we will see in this diagram, the next diagram. Let me erase all. Now let us understand. We have taken the example of state where it is 4-0. So it is a state, and this sorry, it is a B state, 4-0. So this is B state. This is 4 and 0. So these are the four, let us say that four balls or four energy levels, and this is zero energy level, zero balls. And then we have taken the example of E. So these are the two balls here and two balls here. So this is B, this is E. So this is one macrostate, this is another macrostate. Now let us assume what could be the combination. Now, here in B state, there is only one combination. Okay, this is A, B, C, D. So that is only one combination, that A, B, C, D will always be in this one box. Here, when there is a two box here and two balls here, so what could be the possible combination? Possible combination out of the four balls. So I can arrange as AB here, then CD is here. Then I can arrange BC is here, and then AD is here. Then I can arrange CD is here, then I can arrange AE is here. Then I can have DA is here, then I can have BC here. AC is here, then I can have BD here. BD is here, then I can have AC. So all these, so there are 6 ways these four things can, so either this can go here, this and this can go here, then this and this can go here, or either this and this can go. So these are the 6 ways ABCD can rearrange itself. And if, but otherwise, in this state, see, this state, there is only one way, means all A, B, C, D, all has to come together, and it is only way. So it will become a more ordered way. So this is the only way this can happen. But from here to here, it can in many ways. So there are more microstates. So there's more probability. So what we are going to trying to understand is that from initials to the final state, it will all means lower entropy to the higher entropy. It will always go from lower entropy to higher entropy. So this 3-1, so 4 by 16, it will go to 6 by 16. It cannot go to the 1 by 16. So this is possible. This is not possible. So it transfer only happens where change of entropy is greater than zero. That is what thermodynamics says. In statistics, we are going to so initially we will see that what we will see that normally we will go from hot to cold. So how we will explain that hot to cold? So let us say these are the energy levels. So these are the four things. So the temperature is going to be very high. Suppose four energy levels are there and become 2. So this temperature, from higher temperature, it will always go to the lower temperature because it is 2 by itself. So from hot to cold. Then we'll say that from expansion to con, from compress to expansion. Now let us say these four things. So you know that it is kind of a compress. So it is everything is in one chamber. So I'll remove this chamber. So it will become two here. So okay. So from expansion, from compression, it will become expansion. Or another thing is that from order to disorder. So this looks very ordered because everything is arranged in one thing, and here it is random. So this is here to here, which two balls will here. So this is from order to random, and this is what is the law of entropy. So hot to cold, or compression to expansion, or order to new, or we can say that from uh, new to old. So this happens automatically and based on the theory of statistics. So based on this, Boltzmann has derived this is what is the law of entropy. Boltzmann has derived this absolute entropy. So from DS statistics, we can go from the absolute entropy derived by the Boltzmann, and it is definitely proportional to the microstate, and most of the times, it seems quite valid. Now, now we will see the one experiment. Now, there was a Maxwell thought experiment. So let me simplify this. So what I will say that we will see that, let us say that this is 2 to 2 state is there. So two balls are here and two balls are here. So this is our E state. So that say, let us say E state is there. Now Maxwell says that by thought experiments, and normally we say that if I do nothing spontaneously, this 2 to 2 should always remain 2 to 2. But then Maxwell thought experiment proved that from 2 to 2 I can make it 4-0. How I'll do that? So he says that let us use a frictionless chamber. Let us put some kind of Maxwell demon here. What it will do is that there is two balls are here, two balls are here, and let us take one door. So once this ball comes near here, I will open the door. So this ball will come here. Then when this ball comes here, I will keep the door closed. But another ball comes here, I will again open the door. So if I open judiciously this door twice, then it is possible that all these four balls are here and this is here. So and this, as you see, there are no mechanical forces involved, no friction. It is a frictionless. There is a vacuum, so no other energies. So hypothetically, it is possible from 2 to 4-0. What does it mean? What does it mean? That it means that you are going from higher entropy. From higher entropy, you are going to the lower thermodynamic entropy, and that is against second law of thermodynamics. But then Maxwell, what it was proved that what we are not considering is that this demon, while sitting here, it may not be using any mechanical or thermodynamic uh, energy. What it is using is it is using information processing. So what it is doing, it has a memory, it is a processing, and because of this memory and processing, what is happening is that there is a limited memory. So it was written that two are here, the two are here, then it will be every microstate it is computing, but there is always a limited memory. So initially it is a RAM. So from hard disk it was taking RAM and then it was deleting the RAM. So the process of deleting, process of the processing, that consumes some kind of a information entropy. So then they've calculated that even if it is 2 to 4-0, so whatever is thermodynamic entropy is reduced, but the whatever is information entropy, what is consumed in doing all these things, we can deletion of RAM because of this memory. So total entropy is always greater than zero. So even if thermodynamic entropy is less, but information entropy is more, and so total entropy is always going to be greater than zero. And based on this, he has come out with he has come out with something similar equation of the logarithm from the thermodynamic for the information entropy, and that equation is that h or height of the tree is equal to log Tn. N is nothing but a microstate. So he came out with the equation, and uh, this is the output information always increases by the time. We know that every time information is always increasing by the time. So what this equation means is, let us take that with information, we have only two states. If I have a two state, so what I have seen is that h is the logarithm of 2n. So you have a two states, log 2 of 2 is 1. So this entropy is only 1. So I have to only do one binary search or one search. So this is it only 1. But suppose I have the information increases to 4. So that if there are 1, 2, 3, 4 states, the fourth state is, I will do this. So if I want to come to any one of the states, I have to take this path and this path. So this is the tree. So I have to do the two search. Either come from here to here, I go here, or I come here to here, then I come here, or whatever it is. So from this input, if I want to come to the output, so I have to take the any two decisions. Okay. So this is this height of the binary term. This is what is a information entropy. So more information processing, the more output state or more micro state, I have to do more kind of a processing. And and this is the logarithm. So this is equivalent. Here is there is a logarithm. Here there will always be some other constant is there. So this is all equivalent. So this is called as the information entropy. And now, because this information entropy is what it is, so why it was happening is because this is memory plus processor of this daemon. So this is nothing but information processing, and there is a deletion. This information is a microstate. So what is happening is that this we all know that as time goes, with the information is always going to be increased. So information going to increase. It what is this? N is going to increase because n is going to increase as we know that binary. So the n is going to increase. So h is going to increase. So what is h is going to increase is that my searches will going to increase. And what I mean by searches is going to increase means suppose if I have two things, if I have one thing, I'm very certain I'm going to go here. So this entropy is almost zero. Whatever. If I two things, then either I will go here or here. So there is only one possibility. If there are four things, then there are two possibilities. Then if there are eight things, there are three possibilities. No, the tree is going to increase. So if more and more information is there, then this H is going to influence. So what is H? H is nothing but it is uncertainty. So as I go, so the more and more uncertainty is going to increase. So what is happening is that from DS, we have come to S based on the probability of statistics. Then from Maxwell thought experiment, because memory process, we came out with the information processing concept, which is also the same formula. And then because there is the information processing, so we can correlate with brain, and brain means the soul. So it will convey the Purush. So what is the, it's saying that as the time comes, quality is deteriorating, but it is efficiency is deteriorating. But we can say the information is increasing, information entropy is increasing, and because of more information there's you become more and more non-determined because you have to take a lot of question marks, a lot of decisions you have to make. So as time increases, you become more and more non-deterministics, or so we these non-deterministic we can call it as a vikalp. So because there are more times, so the more this thing, so there's more options, more question marks, so we can call it as more and more vikalp. And that vikalp we can see, but then what is the source of that vikalp? Because we see that in thermodynamics, we have seen in thermodynamics that this is the entropy. So because what is the source? Because of that, there is a DSG and a TL. So this is the exergy. So exergy created. So this is the exergy destroyed permanently. So DSG generates the exergy which is destroyed permanently, and that is reduces the exponency. So here we know that these are the vikalps. But then what is the source of this vikalp? So that we have to find out. We'll find out what is going to be that source of the vikalp. So, but one thing is clear that as far as quality deteriorates, in Prakriti, entropy increases or efficiency reduces, and we can see that equivalently in Purush, non-deterministics. It will trying soul becomes more and more non-deterministic, more and more information is there, so it becomes more and more non-deterministic. And we have seen that S and H both are logarithms, or both seems to be equivalent. It all depends on the permutation, depends on the information or microstate. With time, it is increasing. So we could see that from order, it is becoming disorder. So because more, and we can become, it is from certainty, it become more and more uncertainty, or more and more, it is becoming more and more non-deterministic. So this is the decision tree that we have already seen this. So now, so this now we are from gradually when we are coming from Prakriti to Purush. Now we will see that Purush, when Prakriti is become efficiency reduced of the Prakriti, then we say the Purush is becoming non-deterministic. But what is the cause of this? This is the cause of the efficiency. We know that for external environment, it is the temperature, and for internal environment, it is the entropy or DH entropy, which is generated. Let us find out what is the cause as far as Purush is concerned. So we are, doing the reverse mapping. So let us find out that. Sorry. So, so we have already seen the cycle of Prakriti. So we have seen the cycle of Prakriti. So we have seen, this four things. One is this is linear, this is non-linear, and then there was entropy. This is efficiency was controlled by external. This is efficiency was controlled external, internal. This was all seen in Prakriti cycle we see. Let us now try to map this Prakriti cycle into the Purush cycle or soul cycle. So let us say that soul, when Prakriti work is done. So the work is done in Purush, karma is done. So as time progresses, we'll do more and more karma. So we will run in non-linear part, we run something as a script, which is we let us assume it is a script, which is a body conscious, a non-linear script. So what is happening is that as time increases, the soul becomes from soul conscious to body conscious, which will take more and more births. So it will take more and more births in the body. So it will become more and more body conscious. So what it really means, so you are becoming from soul is infinity, because soul is eternal. So when you are soul conscious, you know you are eternal. You are going to live forever, or even if you die, it is a predetermined death. So you are not attached to anything. So everything is infinity. So you know that you become, it is, kind of a selfless love. But when you become more and more, take more and more births, so you become, like your lubrication layer, that when it peels off, then then you encounter friction, then you feel that you are limited. So you forgot your soul, or you forgot that you are not infinity. You are limited. You are limited by this life. Okay. And gradually that limitations keep increasing, but things are becoming non-deterministic. So that selfless love is becomes from selfish, it will become selfish attachment. And that selfless love to selfish attachment, so that we are trying to define as a vikar. So let me now explain the definition of vikar. Vikar is what? Vikar is what, as I said, why vikar? Because of the Maya, means actually you are soul, but if you feel body, then you become body conscious. So you become, then there is a kamna, bear to hurt. So you say that life is limited, so you would like to indulge everything. So there is a kamna. So this that there is a definition because of the body sensation. So that is kam or sparsh. or there is attachment to relations because you everything is then that is more, then there is attachment to object that is low. And when if it is not fulfilled, then we become angry. So there is a growth. If it is fulfilled, then it will become aham. So there is ego is there. So this all this we know about the vikar. So this vikar is actually directly proportional to the time. It will all become number of births, and because of this, more and more birth takes. So this black layer keep on increasing, and this we have seen that because vikalp, there are more question marks. Vikalp keeps on increasing, and so this vikar, because of this vikar, which is equivalent to as a heat engine is concerned, it is entropy which is generated because of the internal things. Now, now why vikar is internal thing? So let us understand that actually vikar, some people feel that it is attached to body, and that is, but spirituality says that vikar is attached to soul. So it carries forward from the previous births, and that is why you have to purify the soul. You just cannot purify the body. So this is the black layer, and this black layer is attached to your unconscious or subconscious mind. And so religion says we purify the body or by punishing the body. So you have to understand that vikar is attached to the soul. Because vikar is attached to soul, it is internal to the soul. So way friction is attached to engine. If you use more and more, as well as if you take more and more births, if you do more and more karma, so this keeps on keeps on adding. This, of course, it is a black layer, so the vikar becomes, and because of the vikar, as we say, then we will see that this vikar generates the vikalp that we all listen, and things becomes more and more non-deterministic. So this is how we have tried to map Prakruti, uh, entropy generated, which is internal, and we have tried to map it with the Purush or Vikar. This we have mapped Prakruti into the Purush. So this Vikar we have mapped Prakruti, entropy is equivalent to Purush Vikar. This we have into. So this Vikar is nothing but a black layer generator of soul by playing the script B. See, this we have only told for the script B. So we know the script. So here, this is all depends on the external things. So that is external environment. We'll see what is external. And this is the internal thing. So this is a script S, and this is a script B. So for the script B, when script B is executed, when the friction layer is, the pre-grease and the internal friction, and that is how the Vicar starts generating, and then everything is becomes quite give. So this is Vicar is generated when script B is this thing, so it is equivalent to DSG. So DSG is already there when it is a non-reversible cycle or non-ideal cycle. uh, so, so we have proved that Prakruti entropy, as far as script B is concerned, is equivalent to the Purush Vikar. Now, let us overall, we are going to see this cycle. So we are trying to map whatever you've seen to Prakriti, we are going trying to see map, and we are trying to map for the both the cycles, uh, for ideal cycle as well as real cycle. So this is the mapping the journey of two actors, so namely Purush and Prakriti. We have seen that they work in synchronization. Our problem was what was the unit of the measurement. So Prakriti, we have already seen the heat engine from ideal to real cycle. We are just going to map this Prakriti cycle into Purush. So ideal. So we can say that we have seen that when this cycle is that efficiency is going down. So that efficiency going down, it we can call it as a Purush. The soul is becoming from Sato to Tamo, or that ideal cycle we can call it the Norvikari world, or a world without without vicars, and then after that lubrication layer, or what will see, our pralab tapers off, then it becomes a friction layer or vicary world. Then the vicar will keep on adding it. So let us try to map these two things together. So, so this is the ideal world, and these two are the ideal world, and then this is the non-ideal world. So what we are seeing is that this, I am showing the green layer. Now, let me map the each things. So heat engine, there was always source temperature or high temperature, there is low temperature. This is the external things. Here, this external thing is nothing but the our power of the soul. So what happens, that power of the soul, because we know that soul is the energy. So this energy is HF. So this power, when we do any karma, so this power is going to taper off. So this power is reducing. Here, see, this power is reducing. Then again, further, this power is reducing here. Then it is further reducing here, and then further reducing here. So these are the forces. This power, so this external things is another is environment. So this is T low. So what is this environment? Heat engine, when we say that, here we were seeing that this is the initial environment, this is the temperature, but when gradually the temperature keeps on increasing. So this temperature is keeps on increasing. So this temperature is increasing here, then it is increasing, further increasing here, further increasing here. So this is only, we are talking about the external thing. So this is based on the environment with number of souls. So the more number of souls are there, you know, so we can consider it as equivalent to TL. So this is number of souls are keep on increasing. That we already seen, that number of souls will always keep on increasing. Now, now see, the work is, we call it work. DW is our karma. So that is very clear. When there is friction layer, there is a lubrication layer is there. So the karma will not, it will not be, it will be deterministic. So it will be, the karma will zero. We can say it is a bandhan mukta avastha. And when there is a, here you see that this is a lubrication layer is very high. The lubrication layer is tapered off. Here, lubrication layer has become zero. So then there is a black layer. The black layer is increasing. Okay, so black layer is increasing. So this, when, because of the black layer of vikar, so this karma will become positive, negative, and it will become vikarma. And it will be a non-deterministic thing, and that is why it is called as Guhyagati. Now we know that work is this minus this. So this is the efficiency, and this efficiency less than 1, that we know. And here it is, everything is deterministic. So this is, everything is deterministic. Here, this is, what is DQH? This is what is a script S. So what is the input? When we do the karma, so input is our script. But this script is, as I said, is lubrication layer. It is a pralabdha. It is a predetermined. So this is already there. So there is nothing undetermined. So as per this script, as per the script, that QH, this engine will, soul will perform. And when it is performed, it has to generate a sankalp. So this DQL is nothing but a sankalp. And this is like a frequency. Gradually, because of the environment, this frequency will keep on increasing. But then it is deterministic. So whatever is a script test, so based on the script test, 1 to 1, the sankalpa will come. And then because in a deterministic world, it will always be deterministic. It will be a sada sukh. Sukh will keep on reducing. So here the sukh is more, frequency is low. Here it will be slightly higher frequency in this case as the time passes. So here this is how these things are mapped. So karma is 0, and this is a script, S is a pralabdh, and the number of souls is there. Now what happens? So this is mapped. Uh, this is so these things are mapped for these two worlds. So this is the we can call it, this is a Satyug and this is the Treta Yug. So this is ideal. Is no Nirvikari world is made of the two parts. So this is this one part. Gradually it reduces, or we can say the kala is reduced. We will talk about that. Then efficiency. Efficiency is, as we know, that efficiency is uh, dw divided by dqh, and that efficiency we can call it as a kala. So it is the statistics of the all souls. So this efficiency is normally reduced from kala. From here, kala is slightly reduced. So this is which we all see. Now let us say how it happens in Vikari world. Where is the Vikari world? It is a there is no lubrication layers of friction. So because it is still working, there is no lubrication. The black layer is increasing. Because see, this black layer is increasing, and so this pralabdha has become zero. So script as is already exhausted. So now new script comes, and this new script is a guya. So this script DQH is this script. Now this script we do not know what is the, so because the script, as per the script, there will be thought, but because of this vikar and because of this kind of entropy, uh, this is because of this black layer of the vikar, and so from this vikar, this is because of the internal problem. So there will not be only a thought because of this vikar. There will be vikalp because of this vikalp, because there will be more questions, and because there is a vikalp. So what will happen that here entropy. So there is thought will always there. Entropy is one. N is two. So there is one sankalp and there is, let us say, there is one vikalp. Now, with time goes, this information increases. So information increases. So this is H is 2 and this N is 4. So there is a, here there are two vikalp and one sankalp. Here one sankalp, one vikalp. Here one sankalp, two vikalp. Here one sankalp, zero vikalp, because it is a deterministic world. So this vikalp is equivalent to exergy destroyed. So this is exergy. This is a karma, and because this is a karma, because of this vikalp, we can say that the karma is non-deterministic, so we don't know it is a positive, negative, and this is DSG, this is exergy destroyed. So vikalp is equivalent to this. So this is how, and this number of souls, and this is quite clear. So here the frequency keeps on increasing. So this is because of the external environment. Frequency will increase because the number of souls will increase. But because of the vikalp or internal problems, this information will going to, even as per the script B, there's more and more of the vikar. So ultimately, what happens is, let me now clear this. So in this cycle, we have seen this is the first cycle, then this is the Satyug, this is a Treta Yug, Nirvikari world. In Vikari world, this is the Dwapar Yug, and this is the Kali Yug, which is the maximum, because this is a maximum Vikar. So this is the Kali Yug. Now, now what happens that this whole thing is what? This is heat engine from ideal to a real means ideal is a Vikari world from Nirvikari world script test, and Vikari world is a script also. Heat engine I am trying to map with the soul when it does come. So I'm trying to reverse mapping from Prakriti to Purush. That is what we have already seen that. Now let me now, what already seen in part one, we have seen quantum physics first theory of relativity. So what we have seen is that it is actually script of the Purush is controlling the Prakriti, and we know that. So this is the script of the Purush. When it is the body conscious, that the black layer is the script. So this script of the Purush, so this script, we have seen theory of relativity. So this is the history, and this is R and T. R is the geography, T is the time. So in the world cycle, as per the script time, so it will, as per the script, the signal is gone. And as per the Prakriti, which is actually the cloud, as far as the Schrodinger's equation, it is cloud. Only when it is prompted by this, so this will give uh, two results because it is a superposition. So it will give two. One is wave function. Okay, there are multiple wave functions here. So it is totally when it is on its own, it is just energy. When there is a script, so because conscious mind cannot understand the cloud, so there will be, as per related with script, there will be psi n and then there will be psi m. So this will be equivalent to entropy and this will be like our information entropy. So this will this will become sankalp and this will become vikalp. Because of this vikalp, these things will keep on adding it and there will be a script. So there will be one sankalp, this is the deterministic part and this is the non-deterministic part. So this I am trying to combine with quantum physics, theory of relativity, and then this is thermodynamics. So thermodynamics, I have added dq by t and dsg. This is the deterministic thing, and this is the this is how these things are all is mapped. Now let me clarify this. See what is the. Let's see if I have not missed out anything. This I have seen that this is the soul which was very pure in Satyu. This I have not drawn. So this soul is, this layer will peeled off. So because this layer is peeled off, some layer, so this Q will become slightly less. This is Q is our charge. So this Q is maximum. This Q is slightly reduced. Here the black layer and on this Q is further reduced and this Q is further reduced. So this soul is getting discharged. So we have seen efficiency in the heat engine. So this is, we can say the kala of the Srushti. So this kala of the Srushti is always reducing. So we can see that this kala is really, we have now come to this point of time. So this kala of the Srushti is reducing. So this is what we have seen, that the efficiency is reducing. So efficiency for heat engine, kala is for the soul. Then the lubrication, whatever the lubrication was the pralab, the script test, we have to see how this pralab is to be generated. So this, we have assumed that there is some kind of lubrication there. We have to see in the next things, we'll see how this pralab is going to get generated because nothing is automatic. Then DQH, so this is DQH is nothing but script B. So this is a karma bhog. So this script is a karma non-deterministic script. So this is the karma bhog. So when you do the karma, so this there is with time this karma bhog will come, and then again you will do the karma bhog. So it is non-deterministic. This we see that this is external temperature, high temperature. This soul charge is always reducing. So that we already seen. The soul charge is reducing. Then external environment, number of souls. So number of souls are also increasing. So Q is equivalent to TL. Then exhaust or DQL. So this is what we have seen Sankalp. So if you do the karma, whether karma is zero or karma is Sankalp is, it is always Sankalp is normally controlled by the script. But then there is a, because there is an internal problem, so non-linear thing, this vikar, this is a black layer, the vikar or friction, non-linear, so this is a vikar. And that with we know that with time, vikar will also become increasing because we become more and more soul to body conscious. Information is increasing because information is increasing. The number of searches are equal. The question marks keep on increasing because of the vikar. And that is what is a vikalp. So this is the exergy. The karma is exergy, but this is exergy destroyed, and this is destroyed forever. So this is a vikalp. So vikalp is that the soul power is, because of the vikalp, soul power is unnecessarily consumed and of no avail. So see, thought sankalpa is necessary, but then not this vikalp. And then exergy. So karma is zero. So here when we are in these two worlds, this part, ideal part, karma is zero because there is no vikarma. So then we call it is because there is no vikarma, so it is akarma. So because it is only controlled by the pralabdha, because there is no guya gati, because there is no vikar. Of course, efficiency goes down or soul power goes down, but otherwise everything is deterministic. So that is the deterministic world or Sada Sukh world, and that is what is a Nirvikari world. So Nirvikari world and Vikari world difference is it is a deterministic world, it is a Sada Sukh, or in some books we can call it a Swarg, or we can call it a Swarning use. When it is a deterministic world, karma is zero, karma is positive, is a vikarma. So this is a vikari world because of the vikar, because the lubrication layer or pralabdha is peeled off, and then we start working. So black layer generates. So this is what is a vikarma. So karma is positive, negative, or you know we can kind of a pap punya. So this is a vikalp. So because sukh and dukh, it is non-deterministic world. So it is a karma guya gati. So and that is why it is called as a vikari world. So if you define between nirvikari world and vikari world, it's a deterministic world because it is determined world. We will always see sada sukh. It is a non-deterministic world, so it is always a combination of sukh and dukh. We never know what will happen tomorrow. Uh, let me resolve. Uh, so this is how Prakriti is mapped into the Purush. Now the key is that this is when karma is zero, we call it as akarma. When karma is positive, negative, because it is a vikarma. Why did it happen? It is because of the vikar. And akarma happens only in deterministic world. This is in non-deterministic world. The key is that how you get transformed from vikarma to akarma. That is the key point. And that is the key. So that akarma means you have to generate a pralabdh, then vikarma. So the cycle from vikarma to akarma, uh, that is where you have to do some kind of, to do that, we have to do some kind of sukarma because nothing happens automatically. So to convert that vikarma to akarma, we have to do some kind of a sukarma that we will see, and that only happens. So only when we do this kind of sukarma, so that vikarma to sukarma, so that pralab layer is generated, and that is what is actually that is what we will see. That is what is going to be the spirituality. Now, let me summarize uh, Prakriti and Purush, how it is going from Sato to Tamo, and by diagram is quality is reduced, and we now know what is the unit of measurement. We will see with time increases. This summary, with diagrams and formulas. This diagram we have already seen. This is heat engine diagram. The green layer tapers off, black layer. This is entropy. This is ideal cycle. This is a real cycle. So we know that this is here. This entropy is only function of temperature. Here entropy is function of temperature as well as it is internal generated energy. Here efficiency is reduced, but it's a deterministic based on this. Here efficiency reduced not only by this, but this permanent loss. So this is a non-linear thing. We have seen this equation and we have seen this equation. This is, it cannot be plotted, but this is how it is plotted. So this is the quality. Now this we have already seen for the Prakriti, and we have seen this is a linear, this is a script S, and then this is a script S. This is the friction, and this is the lubrication layer. The question mark is how this lubrication layer come into the picture, and this is something to do with Sukarma, which we have to see later on. This is a diagram of temperature and S, and the area of this is the Q is TDS. This is area. So now this we have already seen about the Prakriti. Now how we have mapped Prakriti to Purush. So with time, quality. So how this quality, unit of measurement of quality of the Prakriti was efficiency. Now what is that unit of measurement for the Purush? So Prakriti the law of thermodynamics. So we have seen it is ds. So ds means lower entropy to higher entropy based on the microstate, which is a probability. Based on that, we have come with the formula of this. So the entropy of the microstate is equal to logarithm. So Boltzmann constant is there, and microstate logarithm of the microstate. Then we have seen that that works well, and based on that we have seen how hot to cold or order to disorder, that happens automatically, or compression to expansion. Then we have to see the Maxwell demon, but then we have seen that Maxwell demon, that thought experiment, we have seen that it was possible to arrange it from higher microstate to lower microstate, so make it more orderly. But then we have inserted, because it is not been, this has happened because of the soul memory and process, and then we have come with the information entropy concept to counter the thermodynamic entropy. So total entropy S plus H is always higher than the previous one. And then we have come with a similar formula for information entropy, which was like a statistical entropy by Boltzmann. And what it says that when the information increases, microstate increases, number of searches increases, uncertainty increases, and non-deterministic thing goes. So in Purush, we can start following that. In Prakriti, when efficiency goes down, we can say that Purush non-determinism is increasing. So here is unit of measurement. In Purush, when script B happens, time is happens. So we have seen that soul conscious to body conscious, and then because of that, vikar increases, and because of this, when it is script is S, then it is akarma, uh, because it is a linear things. When script is karma with vikar, so when there is a karma, when you do the karma and there is a vikar, so it has always become vikar. It has become non-linear thing. Uh, Let me see this. This we have mapped here, but when in this cycle, when we are doing akarma, then it is only controlled by the external environment, and external environment is number of souls. What is external environment is number of souls and the power. So soul power is always keep on reducing. So because of the soul power and number of these things, so this curve will even for Purush also, this curve is so this we will talk about the unit. This curve will always be reducing. Now, what is the, let us say, what is the unit of measurement of the two actors? So see, efficiency, we can call it as a kala. So the efficiency, the kala of the srushti. So that is also gradually reducing. So kala means it is the, see, normally the soul power and prakriti power that always matches. So normally by default, the kala, because as we know, Purush controls the prakriti. So because of the kala of the souls are reducing, and that is why prakriti is becoming sato to tamo. Then, we will see that uh, then we have these are the unit, this sankalp, so this is exhaust, then vikar is a friction, then there is a vikalp. So these are the vikalp, karma. So this is the, what we have mapped is that we have mapped the unit of measurement of the prakriti. This unit of measurement of the prakriti is mapped. So this is A1 is a Purush and A2 is Prakriti. So this is A1 and this is A2. This we already seen, and this we have already mapped. This is how the unit of measurement of the both are mapped. And ultimately, summary is that Purush, when it is executing the script S, so it is only using Sankalp. And because it is only using Sankalp, it always does Akarm. And then that means Sankalp controls the Prakriti. So this is Nirvikari world, Sankalp se Srushti. So this is only Sankalp which controls the Prakriti. When we come to the Vikari world, when script is exhausted or Pralad is exhausted, then we are executing the script B. So because of script B, it is Sankalp and Vikalpa both. And because there is a Vikalp, we'll always do Vikarma. So here we are all doing Vikarma. So this is what is we are doing is Vikarma. So because we are doing the Vikarma, so the Vikalp is controlling the Prakriti, and that is why Prakriti is degrading or downgrading very, very fast. So ultimately, this is akarma and vikarma. This is what is happening. Uh, so this is the summary. This is summarized with diagrams and formula, and this is how Prakriti and Purush are mapped. Now, so now go to the world drama. So this six, which we have generalized that. How Purush and Prakriti, we have seen the unit of measurement. So Prakriti is entropy, Purush is Vikar. Then we have seen these cycles. So this is Nirvikari cycle, Vikari cycle. This is only external, this is external plus internal. The script as it is one-to-one correspondence. This is one-to-many correspondence. And this is akarma, this is vikarma. And what we have seen, this is the law 6a, law 6p. So the key is that what is it? So this key is that we have to this is karma is zero. This is the key. So the karma is zero. How to do that? So there is we have seen this is because of the pralabdha layer. So this pralabdha layer we cannot get it automatically. So we have to do the purusharth. So when we are going to do that purusharth, so that purusharth, what we are going to do is going to call it the sukarma, or we can call it as the God conscious karma. So only when we are going to do this sukarma, then and then we will get this. Akarma, we will pass on to the akarma stage. And that is what is actually that we are going to define that is in the spirituality. So we are going to later on see that this see right now we have only seen that the drama is going downhill, downhill, downhill. We don't know up to what. And we are going to see it is actually a cycle. And when this part of the thing we have to do the purusharth so that we will be eligible for some kind of akarma. So we have to do the sukarma, then we'll go to the akarma and so this sato we have seen from sato to tamo, we have to see tamo to sato. This is how cycle is concerned. And then when this cycle is completed, then the sukarma will become akarma in the next cycle. And that is what is actually a spirituality. That this we are going to see. So we have completed part third. So this is part one was summary, part two was quantum physics, part three was thermodynamics. In part four, we are going to see the total cycle, and then part three will be the total cyclic journey. Again, we are going to uh, see the part three, and this is something. This is what I stop.